everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I do truly appreciate it. And I want to talk to you about a purchase that I made on the eBay. And I've been buying and selling things on eBay for 20 something years, for a long time. And there's some great results, some good things and some bad things that have come from it. But the adventure continues. And I collect movie novelizations, books made from movies, usually movie screenplays. I collect movie novelizations for movies that I dig. And one of the difficult movie novelizations to come across at a price that isn't too psychotic is one called Clue by an author named Michael McDowell. And that's a movie that I remember watching as a kid, shortly after poor folks could afford to get VCRs, shortly before a VCR became something that a regular person could afford to have. And we rented it from, I think we rented it from the video store. I don't remember. I remember watching it, and it was a lot of fun trying to figure out who done it. And then the way that I watched it, I think it was a videotape, I think. But the version that we watched, you had multiple possible endings. It would give you the ending for every particular character had they been the killer. So it was fun. It was a neat experience. I think I've watched it once more since then. But knowing that there was a novelization for the book and knowing who the author was, I thought it'd be cool to have one. And the price was way too high, and I've never bought one. But I did save the search on eBay, and one popped up relatively recently, and I was able to buy it at a price that I thought, remember, insane, psychotic, stuff like that, a price that I thought was affordable, and things seemed slightly suspicious, only because the seller had zero feedback, and the seller looked like, I didn't know all the stuff, I don't know all about all the things that the seller was selling, a few books that probably were rare, and they had sold a copy or two of these rare books already. But anyway, I said, I'll take a chance. And I made a purchase for the book Clue. And the book came in, and I was afraid that it wouldn't show up. And no problem. If you get scammed like that, you're usually protected. You can file a claim, I never got the item and stuff like that, and eBay will get you a refund. It works out pretty good. But what I didn't expect, because I'm not that smart, was I didn't think about the fact that I might be getting a fake book. That's right. A bootleg, an unauthorized reproduction, a fake, a copy, a phony version of this 1986 first edition, first print novel. And I'm showing you the cover to show you how glossy it is, but also, I don't know how well you can tell, how fuzzy the reproduced image is. I don't know how they do things like this, but essentially, I'm guessing you take a book or a picture of a book and you scan it, and then you create a file, and then you print it, and it loses a lot of its resolution. But the book cover is glossy, shiny. This is a Fawcett novel from 1986, and here's our spine. And I'm showing you this way because you're liable to, there's more. Wait, there's more. Besides getting a fake book, and the pages are crisp and clean. I mean, brand new. The listing, it's a 1986 novel. The listing said it was new. Now, I've sold stuff on eBay that was in perfect condition, and you might say condition is new. All right, makes sense. But it doesn't literally mean that this 1986 first edition, first print novel is new, as in just made. That wouldn't be right, would it? But this novel, and I'll show you the page right here. First edition, first print, 1986. There you go. But it's definitely not printed in 1986. It's a flawless new book. Nice to have, nice to read, but not worth paying very much for. So I got the book in the mail, and I looked at it and said, oh, well, yeah, that was the gimmick. I thought that the gimmick might be that I wouldn't get the book, and I had some protection there, but that's the gimmick. You get a fake, a phony, a bootleg, an unauthorized reproduction, a forgery, a copycat. And, well, I got got. I pretty much know. I got got, nothing I can do about it. So I I sent a message to the seller, pointless as it may be. And I said, hey, it's a fake, a phony, a copycat, a forgery, whatever. Unauthorized reproduction. Please refund me and I'll send you the book back. And then the seller responded, telling me to send them pictures of this and that and the other, the front and the back and the inside and all this kind of stuff. All right, I know it's a pointless endeavor. This is a canned response that they've done this before. I got caught. But oh well. So I took some pictures standing right over here. Took some pictures, sent it to him, asking again, please send me a refund. I'll send you the book back. I also left him a negative feedback because at that point, I'd noticed that somebody else had made a similar complaint about a different book that they bought. Book that I didn't know anything about. Wouldn't have thought it'd be rare or worth anything. But anyway, somebody else did it. And I figured, well, shoot, nip it in the bud. If they now have a negative feedback rating, maybe people won't buy it, because I also noticed that they had relisted some of these books. And then I sent to eBay a complaint. Not a complaint, a complaint. I sent to eBay a complaint telling the deal, a fake, a phony, unauthorized reproduction, bootleg, forgery, all these kinds of things. And eBay responded, nothing we can do about it. Everything seems on the up and up here. Can't find anything wrong. We did independent research. Our researcher said it's all good. Something like that. Then I went back and looked at the seller's stuff. Just curiosity to see if any more people have piled on with the negative feedbacks, or if they'd sold more stuff since the negative feedbacks had started to arrive. And I noticed that the pictures that I sent the seller were now on the new listing, right in front of my junk over here. So now I'm an accessory. I didn't figure there would be any reason for them to need my pictures. They had their own pictures, but they used my pictures. I don't know. Maybe it shows somebody's hand. It looks more like a real, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. So now my pictures in my books are on a phony eBay seller's phony eBay listings. Just saying. So if you're interested in buying forgeries, phonies, unauthorized reproductions, copycats, fakes from an eBay seller, and seeing some of my books in the picture, know that one, I'm not selling these books. Got this one. I paid way too much for this fake, phony, unauthorized reproduction, but I'll save it because, hey, it is a copy of Clue. Maybe I'll even read the book one day. Go figure. Have a book, read it. That doesn't make any sense, does it? But I'm not the one doing the selling. And even though you may take a chance, you may win, you may lose, but sometimes you get got. And that's just the way it is. And with that being said, I can think of no more lies to tell, so thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. C'est la vie, baby. Dude. I'm not paying $300 for this book.